What's up, weebs, and welcome back to Anime Lane, the podcast where we take you down the yellow brick road of anime and have a look at everything it has to offer. As always, I am your host, Notorious, and joining me once again today is Shaun.
What's up?
I'm Melina.
Well,
No specific titles today. We're just sort of having a more casual
We're
chat.
doing something new.
Yeah, a little bit more of an experiment. We obviously do the whole 2 titles an episode type thing every month.
Yeah, we have our formula.
We
but
have our
we're breaking
formula,
it today.
yeah. And I think it's nice to just have like a general chat about stuff, either
Something that
stuff,
isn't so high pressure.
yeah, it's either stuff we've watched in the past or just questions you have like about, anime, manga, community, Japanese culture, anything like that. Like sort of, expand Anime Lane out a little bit so it's not as
anime focused.
not as always the same thing.
Yeah.
all the time.
It's nice to have variety.
Yeah. So the first thing I was gonna bring up is Melina actually serendipitously added stuff to our Trello page, which we have set up so we can see what we're watching soon, what we've planned to watch, when we're next recording, and we also have like a list of stuff I own, stuff I've suggested, and I have like a section where these two can suggest stuff, and it went unused for the longest fucking time.
I keep forgetting. I've been meaning for months to put it was honestly going to be the Ace Attorney show, but that's a show and we've never covered that.
Yeah,
before,
we
so
haven't.
It's hard for me to really.
There are
put
shows
that
on there now.
Okay, so maybe
Not that I knew they were shows.
maybe I should just put that on right now.
Yeah.
While we're going through it, just things start popping. I was,
So the first time Manuel was on after that, he added Porco Rosso. Excuse me, I'm burping. And then I went on the other night to import this is going to sound so sad. I have an Excel spreadsheet where I keep track of all the stuff I own because
I don't think that's like anything you should be embarrassed about. I love people with organized Excel pages. You got your shit together. You know everything. I'm more
is
of
it
a
sad that it's categorized?
no.
No,
it's
efficient.
I love organizing my shit like this. It works so well.
Because it's
I wish I could do that.
there's obviously the title field, there's what it is, movie, OVA, TV series special, there's how many episodes is it, have I watched it, what format is it on, the studio, and then a notes field for do I own multiple copies, why do I have multiple copies. So usually the multiple copies is I have the US, the JP, and the maybe the UK version as well.
Because there
sort
can
of
be
thing.
differences.
Yeah, there can be differences. But yeah, so I've imported that to our trial page, and it was I imported it through a plugin that I found, and it just came up importing 458, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
Efficient.
But you added Serial Experiments Lane,
Yes.
which an interesting thing happened to the site My Anime List over the last week. So this is the site I use all the time to keep track of my anime, and what I've watched and stuff. And it went down on May 10th.
Oh dear.
So right after we recorded last week, because someone hacked the site and changed all the review scores for Lane to between 7 and 8 and changed the title of every entry in the database to Let's All Love Lane.
Oh my
wow.
god.
It was down for 2 whole days.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So that was fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Oh.
It's such a weird thing to do.
Yeah, a malicious individual overwrote anime database information to modify all titles to Let's All Love Lane. User scores were also
Let's
tampered
all love
with.
anime lane. It was us.
Hey.
Additionally, a JavaScript alert was inserted to display a pop-up to users who visited their profile or list during this. I never went on to it when this all happened. I found out about it afterwards because it was taken down, I think, before I even woke up that morning.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that was fun.
Sounds fun.
I think there's some screenshots that I retweeted on the Anime Lane account.
It would have been hilarious if I tried to look for titles when it was all fucked, and I'm like, why is everything called?
Oh,
something?
yeah, that would have been
I guess we
hilarious.
gotta watch this. It's so popular.
Like so many people are talking about it.
Look at this, guys.
It's such good scores.
Yeah, wow.
It is a very highly rated show either way. But yeah, someone changed them to all of these scores above 8 or something like that. was like, oh, you didn't have to change mine because it's like a 9 or something on my list.
So you were safe.
I was safe. Yeah, any updates that people made like at 8.5 hours before it happened, I had to remake all of them because they had to roll it back.
Nah.
I thought I retweeted the tweets that showed what they did, but I didn't. It was just the emergency maintenance tweet from...
I'm sorry, I'm just off topic. We're currently looking at like Twitter homepage. What's trending right now in the United Kingdom?
Leicester City versus Liverpool FC.
I'm looking at hashtag thick trunk.
Oh,
Tuesday.
yeah, there you go.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, we're being sidetracked right now, but, you know. This is that is a thick trunk.
Oh, it's a tree trunk.
Yeah, like, context, it's a tree trunk. That is a thick trunk.
I was like, well, it's nice weather. Maybe people were in
Yeah, in trunks.
trunks, and they're just big boys.
Yeah.
But no, it's
you know,
This
good for them.
it's trending.
Oh, this is a fucking Arrested Development moment where he opens the bag that says dead pigeon on it, and he opens it, he's like, oh, I don't expect it.
It's just thick trunks. Those are thick trunks.
They
though.
are thick, yeah. Oh my, look at the amount of fucking roots on this one.
Oh yeah,
My
I've seen
head,
trees
I was
like
like, I know, that's the tree veins. Yes.
that. Yeah,
I almost called them veins.
they do look like veins.
They
though.
do. Oh my god. How is this trending?
These are
Who
big
started?
boys.
Who made the hashtag?
Why is Macbeth trending? That has more tweets.
Hold on.
I don't care.
Yeah, no.
Why
fuck
is
that.
the first tweet that comes up on like your page is like, what do you mean the Colombian government had a meeting in dollar store VR chat?
Oh,
and one of the
it's
representatives used a.
Majima model
I
from.
thought that said marijuana. I'm gonna.
Oh, Majima from Yakuza.
Okay, and then it's just a picture of like, I think that guy's from the Yakuza.
Yeah, so you got Majima from Yakuza. That's
Vice
GTA,
City.
Vice City, and then Master Chief
In a tuxedo.
and a tuxedo. This is the For You page, so yeah, you can see how well that's going.
Oh yeah.
Boys!
That seems about right for you.
Let me close Twitter.
We saw some shit.
Yeah.
there was an anime woman, very
Yeah.
Moving on.
moving on.
Fujiko?
Fujiko.
Not Fujiko.
You managed to spot that's not Fujiko very quickly.
Because anime alert, waifu alert wouldn't post Fujiko.
How dare
It's
they?
all recent stuff or hentai.
Ah.
Why do you know that?
Because it's always an uncomfortable.
It's on his For You page.
It's
What do you
always an
think?
uncomfortable amount of hentai because you click on it and go, oh, that's a cute girl. I wonder what anime she's from. And then you scroll down to the replies to find the source. And it's just clips from...
H.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is not what we're going into. In
No.
this
No,
episode.
No.
That
Trello
whole
page.
section of this community is off limits for this whole show.
Yeah.
So I that was the lane thing. The other thing I was gonna bring up is the whole question of like morality kind of got brought up with Oshinoko and like
Oh.
age and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we talked about like the fact that Japan has like a very low age of consent, and we kind of talked about that there might be prefectural
Yeah.
laws, and there is but isn't. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
So you're right in that every prefecture basically has a
Upper limit.
set of laws that are that forbid. This is where it gets weird and like vague.
Things like this shouldn't be vague.
No.
Yeah, but the law tends to be.
So you have provisions that prevent lewd acts with minors. Like that's generally the wordage.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's good, but also I think too vague.
It is very
Yeah.
vague. Like,
and
what do you define as a lewd?
Yeah, that's it. And it also has like specific carve outs so that people who are like say 13 and 15 don't get charged. Because
Sort
that's
of
then
Romeo
seen
and
as
Juliet
consensual. So
If it's 15 and 13, I say that's about.
Yeah.
but recently, I think March. I don't know because the Japanese Senate's about to convene soon. I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna act like I know a whole lot about Japanese politics because I don't.
Yeah, we're not pretending to be experts at all.
Absolutely not.
And remember, if we're wrong, call us the fuck out.
Yeah.
They're
We're happy to be wrong.
It's been our motto since day one.
Yeah.
Or one of them.
Yeah, they're currently trying to pass a bill that would raise it to 18.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, yeah, like cross the board and enact like new protections for,
Good.
underage people. Again, I think with that
Yeah.
similar carve out where if they're of similar ages and both underage, like they aren't then gonna get
Like, charged
charged.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
which is oddly progressive for Japan.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? Someone brought up making babies on one episode, and I said there's a whole thing there that we didn't have room to talk about.
Where was it? Wolf
It was
Children?
recent.
You'd think it'd be at Oshinoko.
It might have been
It probably is, yeah, because the whole plot of that movie makes so much sense.
So there was for a while.
Does Abe's book Ghost come in?
Well,
Yes.
so
Get fucking
Shinzo Abe, the
Abe. Sorry, I called him Abe.
former. I don't know how to put the whole fact he's deceased.
And if you're listening to the show, you probably know what happened there. It wasn't that long ago.
Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe had a whole
Thing.
where he tried to encourage the Japanese public
to procreate.
up the birth rate in
Because
Japan.
the thing about Japan is that it's an aging population.
Yeah.
And its birth rate is horrifically low.
Maybe possibly
that's the living condition.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
possibly to do with the working.
Yeah, there's so many socio-economical issues there.
I don't think we could really go into. Obviously,
No, I mean it is a workaholic culture. It's generally a male-dominated culture through male heirs. Not quite as bad as China. Generally a more misogynistic culture as well.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of issues there that making anime that promote having babies doesn't really.
No.
You're not hitting the right audience.
Not really fixing anything.
So there was a whole scheme for a while where, like, if you made anime that promoted, like, having
Really?
and raising a family, you would get, like, I guess funding or something like that. It was some sort of scheme around it, and it birthed the meme of Shinzo Abe, I think, overlooking like Mount Fuji and
Because I've seen those images and they're really
with the
funny.
caption "Get fucking."
I know it's a podcast. We can't like show the audience. So can we get one of them up? Because I think Melina's not seen.
No,
them.
I don't think I've seen any of these images, but I can.
I meant meme.
You can see it in your
I
mind's
can,
eye.
Like, visualize it. Yeah.
There's loads of memes as well.
Oh god. Are you gonna type "get fucking"?
Yeah, get fucking.
That's great.
Can I find it?
Oh my god. I think.
You've sent it to me once.
I know, but I've put in Shinzo Abe get fucking meme in my Google searches, and I have not had to scroll very far to find a video of him on the ground dying.
Jesus.
Which I want to say is uncensored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have seen it.
Jesus.
I did. It was fucked up. Like the fact that.
I mean, it's a man dying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like we were talking about it the morning it happened, and like the Sky News report had the video of him
Really?
getting shot.
I remember that. I didn't click on it, but I remember
Yeah.
like it being there.
Yeah, they have like a full video of him getting
Jesus.
shot. I was like, what the fuck?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, we had this guy that was very well known in like detective and police rings, and was also kind of like a celebrity, who was shot and killed as well. And there was video of it. Someone from their house managed to see it, videoed it, spread on Twitter, and that was
Everywhere.
taken down
Oh.
yeah.
very quickly. And the people that still have it, like, or have seen it, they were like discouraged. Don't spread it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be fucking respectful
Because
here.
it's kind of fucked up.
It is
Yeah.
fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, even if but it's a celebrity. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you don't show someone,
Dying.
No, this is fucking ridiculous.
I just remembered as well. They were also showing pictures of like the guy that killed like Abby, like with his like homemade weapons.
Yeah,
well.
that was it.
Remembering it because I remember I sent those pictures.
Mm.
Like there's nothing gory there. It's just a bit fucked.
Yeah, you don't. I am of the mind that you don't show the
Murders.
killer.
No.
Absolutely
Agreed.
not.
Because every time there's a school shooting, inevitably
Their name is everywhere.
their name
and
is
they get
everywhere. The
fucking
photos
fame.
everywhere. Yeah,
That,
Yeah.
like a lot of them look for
yeah.
Yeah.
And all it does is inspire.
copycats.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Anyway,
here's
it's just a hard cut into the funnies.
Here's a Shinzo Abe. I have a fun idea. If you're a young Japanese male, stop watching anime and play video games. Instead, go out and impregnate a Japanese girl, have a Japanese child. Haha, crazy. And then it's just Abe with a gun. I'm no longer asking. Have sex.
I remember like there was also just
I believe this is a Facebook page.
Just fuck already.
it's his face on like a Facebook page with just like the name "Just Fuck Already."
Hello, it is I, 63rd Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe. I'm here to remind all of you, please have kids. I'm tired of you weeaboo neat shits ruining this country. God damn it.
Beautiful. I can't wait for other countries to have to start doing this as well. Because
yeah.
the Irish population generally is down.
I mean, Scotland has an aging population as well.
Yeah.
So is Rishi Sunak just at some point gonna say, y'all,
It's only
get fucking
it's only a matter of time. I remember like the
but
classic
fuck them
one.
kids.
The classic one was like a sort of hentai sort of image of like a girl, but like Shinzo's like imposed over like top. It was like, don't look at her, look into my eyes.
Yeah.
She is not real.
Jesus.
I wonder if I can find it on the why?
Why?
I am on Know Your Meme, and there are pictures of the guy who shot him getting tackled to the ground. Just
Jesus.
for fuck's sake, the internet is fucked.
Oh, 100%.
Like, how do you
My
not have
God.
the common decency? What is this? What is this? Conception episode 2? Every time I see the Conception anime, I feel the overpowering presence of a certain musty Japanese conception.
It's his eyes. His eyes are just faintly in the background. There was another one. There was a Kermit meme.
What? Oh, there's so much going on in
that's
this
so
one.
deep fried. Jesus.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. 57th Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe. Ain't nobody solving that declining birth rate. The entire image is deep fried to hell and back.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
I mean, Kermit's keeping it real.
He is
Yeah, he
certainly
is keeping it real. Baby Making RPG Conceptions new anime set to begin airing 9th of October.
And it's the same. Well, it's a different image, but it's the same message.
Same
Yeah,
message, just
this
without.
is not gonna improve shit.
No,
This ain't doing anything, my guy.
It really isn't.
I truly think the only thing you can do is I'll pay you.
yeah.
Have a chat and I'll pay you. I'll give you some money.
Here
for
it is. There it is.
Oh.
See, have sex.
See you,
Shinzo
Space Cowboy. You should have that as like your background.
Yeah. It's a good motivator.
I love that.
I feel motivated to have a girlfriend already.
I love that this is basically
And
the
Japanese babies.
Oh yeah.
I love that this has the same energy as like touch grass.
Yeah, it really does.
It's like, go outside and have sex. Please.
With nothing to do with politics, you can just send that to any like anime Discord server.
Yeah.
Like in any context, and like half of them will probably be like, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have sex.
See you, Space Cowboy.
He just fades away. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of Big Enough.
Oh yeah. Screaming Cowboy Man.
Yeah, Screaming Cowboy Man.
But
instead of that, it's have sex.
Welcome to Freeform Anime Lane.
We
I
say
know you didn't want this, but here it is anyway.
you brought in the ingredients.
I did.
You can't blame
Yeah.
us when we make a shit pie.
No, exactly. We've had a day, okay? We've had a day.
Yeah. So, like, is there anything from previous episodes that like have come up that you've kind of questioned? weird things. You have a whole thing with wolf children that I just can't really...
I just have a whole thing with portrayal of women in general in anime.
I mean,
fair enough.
yeah.
And I can't really give you an answer. I did earlier.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about Lupin, one of the first things we talk about is the
How bad
portrayal
is
of Fujiko,
in this
good
one,
or bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so much. What is the obsession with panties as well? I know it's a problem in Japan, but I don't
really
understand.
I've never quite understood it
I don't get
either.
it either.
Because it's not something that like I've ever gone, ooh, like as a male attracted to the female.
Why did you describe it like that?
I don't know.
You're not going to get anywhere like that.
Just say
You're hosting
straight
an anime
male.
podcast, for fuck's sake.
As a straight male, like I've never like thought, oh, panties. But then again, it's like it's not necessarily directly tied just to Japan. Like it's very much a common thing that people sell their panties online.
Yeah, but that to me is a different thing from anime being like, let's have a shot like right from
shot
behind.
of the
like that's
right.
always creepy instead of like.
I'm like,
yeah.
To me, that's it. I don't know why my thought kind of goes to, that's someone spying on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it usually is.
It usually
Yeah.
is.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, I've never. I don't get the panty shot. I wonder if it comes from like what was the film? It's an American one, I think, where she stands on the.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn
I
Monroe.
don't think it's a film. I think it was just a picture.
Was it just a picture?
Yeah.
Maybe it comes from that. Maybe that's what.
Still, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I think that might be a stretch.
Maybe.
Yeah. Isn't it also a problem in Japan? You can't like dry.
Yeah, don't leave your panties out.
No.
It
What the fuck?
It's such a bad thing that like I think in like Japan, like they have like a setting on like your phone that that the camera sound is always on.
Yeah, you
do
can't
it
turn it off. Yeah.
because it has that
Underskirt.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's fucked up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They have just culturally. I'm like, what is the obsession?
Maybe it's the
I mean, they're very.
large sexual repression.
I imagine it's got to come down. to
Yeah,
that
it's
on
got to
some
come down to
level.
that because like we can't quite fathom it because like we're not. We've not had the same level of like social stagnation.
Puritan sort of.
Puritan, yeah. We've gone through a progressive burst here and there that have meant that
sort of like healthily moved away from it.
whereas Japan's kind of always stayed.
Yeah,
Like they have love hotels.
because Japan's a very like socially conservative country.
Yeah, but
like,
at the same
even
time,
now,
it's-
like it's getting better. I think.
But it also has like weird things where like you think, oh, socially conservative, but then love hotels exist for casual
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but
encounters and
like that,
affairs,
and that's open as well. So it's
Yeah.
like different aspects of it are like shunned, but other parts aren't.
I think
It's
anything
weird.
in public, maybe that's the.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like dressing, from what I know, dressing revealing isn't as much of a thing. Just
Not really,
generally in
no.
Asian cultures, like
Yeah.
from what I know about the K-pop world, it's they've had some small issues with underskirt pictures, and immediately they were like, every skirt's gonna have shorts underneath. Now.
Yeah.
And since then, yeah, it's called a skort.
Nice.
It's a thing. You call them safety shorts.
Yeah.
You put them underneath, and
Yeah.
it's almost. It's weird that it's so normalized. It's
Every
like, yeah, of
VTuber
course.
model has them
Because
Yeah.
of course.
because
they
of
do.
course they do.
Yeah, of course, because they have fucking have them. I'm not shocked at all. But it is interesting to see that it's a country that's so like work focused, but so sexually repressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think it is tied like 100%.
Oh, it has to be.
Because they spend a lot of their time working, probably overtime and all that.
Oh,
but you
yeah,
have no
yeah.
time for anything else. You have time to rest.
Yeah,
And that's a
like,
stretch.
There
if you
are
get the
horror
chance.
stories that like I've heard just like on like places like Reddit and stuff where like Japanese workers will clock in at like 6 a.m, stay until like 11 or 12 at night,
Yeah.
and then like basically stay over at like a McDonald's or like a fast food place and then clock in.
Because even though they are a workaholic country, all of public transport basically grounds to a halt at night.
Yeah,
Once it hits like I think 11:30,
you're fucked.
you're fucked.
Wow.
If you're not home from work, you're stuck there.
Yeah, there are other like stories where like wives of like businessmen or whatever will like have reported like their husbands being like missing because of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's just like Jesus Christ, because they can't call because they're tired.
Yeah.
They can't really explain.
There's also stories of animators who have been taken to hospital because they're just been overworked.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one that like on like a movie or like we covered, or am I just thinking of something else entirely?
I don't think one we've covered.
I might have just heard it somewhere, and I'm like,
I think an animator of Attack on Titan had
That might be what I'm
heart
thinking
attack
of.
while working on the show.
that might be what I'm
could
thinking
be.
of. Yeah.
Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, he was he went to hospital during the production of Gundam because he was overworked.
That was probably
that
it.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was like,
Yeah.
was it Gundam?
Yeah. I'm because I think of it being such like a modern issue that like I wasn't thinking that
Yeah,
far
but like
back.
it goes back.
It does go back, yeah.
I mean, I've noticed like in more Western countries, Gen Z is not taking shit from their
No,
employers.
no.
They're like, oh, I need you to do overtime. No,
And we get labeled as not having a work ethic.
no, but it's like no, because I think Gen Z is one of the first.
where we know our own value.
Yeah,
we
like,
know our value.
It's
We're
not that we don't
gonna-
have a work ethic, it's that we know when to stand up for like our fucking
Yeah.
workers'
Yeah.
rights.
We know what our pay is entailing us to do.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything about my pay rate. Pay me more. I'll do it.
We're,
Yeah,
we're in like in terms of the world, we're in like a time where like cost of living is just going up constantly, and like employers don't want to raise wages.
Yeah.
Because they're used to like
They also don't want to fucking give overtime either.
no, so
Which is hilarious because they're like, oh, well, we need you to do more.
Okay.
Okay, so
let
Pay me.
give me and pay me more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Give
we
me
don't have
money.
the hours. Okay, so you want me to do more, but you don't have. So
What do you want
so
me
I
to do?
can't. What am I meant to do?
Oh, just stay a bit after shift. Get stuff done.
See, that's something, thankfully, at least in Scotland anyway, you can't be asked
No.
to
No,
do. You
it-
can't be asked to do work unpaid.
Because that's illegal.
Yeah, but like at work currently, like there's very little available overtime wise. They're trying to cut back hours. We also don't have enough fucking staff.
I mean, that's also a general thing. I feel
Horror
like
stories from the Gregs.
horror. Yeah. Just generally, like millennials and like boomers love to say Gen Z doesn't want to work. It's like, oh no, I'll work if the
Yeah.
pay is okay. I'm not gonna take a job that doesn't pay for me to live.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to work 7 days a week in order to afford rent
Yeah.
and
with
food.
like 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah, like no, one job 5 days a week should be able to
That's
cover
the standard that like
enough.
we've basically been told is the standard
Yeah,
until
that's
we get older, and then we're like, actually, it's not.
no, yeah, that's it used to be Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and now it's like,
Fucking
You'll
fools.
come
Yeah,
in
if
when
you're
we need
okay
you.
living in a shithole where nothing happens, yeah, then you can do that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And but if I don't, like, oh, just work more. It's like I don't have the time. Oh, just get like a part time, like an evening job. Like,
But I'm
No.
exhausted from all the other shit I need to do to live.
yeah, because we're the whole, avocado toast generation. We give ourselves something nice. We allow ourselves to spend.
Avocado toast is not nice though.
It sounds
No, but
disgusting
it-
as a toast enjoyer. It sounds disgusting.
It is. I don't want to say a metaphor, but it's a thing. Yeah, you Gen Z with your avocado toast.
It's such
it's
a
that,
weird young people food.
yeah.
Like, I think because of the general lack of availability of avocado when, previous generations were around our age, and like the abundance of it now, it's seen to them as like a luxury item, but to
Yeah.
us it's almost like an everyday.
It's a normal
It's more
thing.
expensive
Yeah.
than an apple, but it's not expensive.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck people use avocado for because I think it's fucking disgusting.
I agree. I've just assumed.
The texture
you
is
use
that
it to
way.
make guac, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Anime Lane.
I know. I think this is like the catch-22 with like cool Japan. They very much needed to do something post World War II to, show that they weren't that anymore. They weren't
Yeah.
Imperial Japan.
Because, that was evil.
Yeah, and like there's always that sort of thing where like in the back of my mind I'm like, how do I feel about that? But then it's like, yeah, it's not the same country anymore.
No.
No, but
And
I don't want to compare it necessarily to Germany, but it's a nation that's not necessarily moved on, but they've
Yeah.
accepted their past.
Yeah,
Oh no, I'd say in a sense they have. Well,
there's I
it's
was gonna bring up because there's obviously the stories of like, you know, they don't mention stuff in textbooks they really should. In, like,
yeah,
school.
and there's still, you know, people who deny that Nanking and stuff like that happened. But generally speaking, you know, like the way they have their, you know, current constitution, like it very much was like a repentance for
Yeah, like we
fucked up.
We're gonna work
let's
to
not
fix
have
it.
an army now.
This was horrible. We dishonored ourselves. Let's not do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess like in the sense that they had to rebuild, I guess it was that chance to redefine themselves. So yeah, Cool Japan's like yeah, it's still very much a catch-22 in that there's a lot of issues
Oh yeah.
with the country, but I guess it's like if you're in Japan and you watch Western media as a thing, there's a lot of issues with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we,
100%.
we can't say that we're squeaky clean, but you know.
Yeah.
No, we're obsessed with violence. Obsessed with it.
Yeah, I was actually going to go into this because like Japan has like, I actually realize this more and more because I'm currently playing through the Resident Evil games, and like the thing about like Resident Evil's a Japanese series, like over there it's called Biohazard and stuff, but the thing is, in terms of like video games at least, or in other like media, Japan is way more stingy on gore than we are over here. And I'm bringing this up because like in Japan they have like censored versions of the Resident Evil games where like I'm thinking of like 2 remakes specifically where like there's parts of that game where like gore is like very explicitly shown.
Yeah.
But like there's a censored version in Japan where like the zombie like with like half jaws will have like their jaws just randomly sewn back on. There's this one part in particular where like a guy like you pull out half of his body in like the police station, but like, and he's supposed to die in that, but like in the Japanese version he still has his full body and he just dies anyway.
I think you can play that version.
Yeah, I say that. I say there's a censored version, but like you can still get the higher rating version.
Yeah.
It's just they made a version for like their lore.
Yeah, Japan is
0D rating or whatever.
Yeah, Zero is an interesting thing that basically came about because of GTA.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow,
how
yeah.
America's ESRB came out because of Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Game ratings are a surprisingly interesting story.
Yeah. It is one of those interesting things where like because when you go back to the 80s, we haven't covered a whole lot of bubble period anime yet. Which is the period in the 80s where they had a booming economy. There was a lot of money going into anime. You had a lot of high budget OVAs, like very experimental and conceptual things going on, and a lot of fucking violent and gory as fuck anime.
Oh.
And of course that tickles a bit of my brain. But yeah, like there's that whole part of it where there's a lot of really gory shit. But you don't generally think of Japan as being interested in that. But those things were successful at the time because it was at the time where you could sell it on VHS and you could sell it for home media, which is where the term OVA comes from, original video animation.
That makes a lot more sense now, because I always wondered where, like, I know what it stood for, but I was wondering how that usually came about.
Yeah, it's from the 80s. In fact, I think Mamoru Oshii might have been the first one to do it with a series called Dalos, where you basically just make an animation for the home media market. You don't put it on TV, you don't put it
basically straight to video,
but with less of the
cheapness.
Yeah, like we associate straight to video and straight to DVD as being like cheap knockoffs.
Yeah, like they couldn't
discount.
afford to put it in a theater.
Or it's just straight up terrible. Whereas a lot of OVA stuff in Japan, at least pre-2000, was really good stuff. OVA now kind of tends to be reserved for, hey, buy this series you liked.
Yeah,
Get an extra episode that wasn't on TV. It's usually the beach one.
Of course it is. Course it is.
Every OVA that comes with the Danmachi seasons is a fucking hot spring or beach episode.
Because of course it is. Because, you know,
That's just...
Sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby. I can actually like attest to like that for like the pre-2000s OVAs because of course I'm gonna bring this up. I watched the Sonic OVA as
Yeah.
a kid because it was on YouTube. It was easy to find.
Yeah.
But that's like, I mean, in terms of like continuity, it's a bit weird
Yeah.
because there's characters in there that don't really fit in Sonic.
Yeah.
But like overall, it's pretty good. Like I like it.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah, I remember it being good. This is definitely not the rabbit hole I expected to go down.
You never really
expect.
expect. You never really know what to expect.
No,
with
we
us.
just have Shinzo Abe watching over us.
Yeah, he's just staring us at. Have sex.
Get fucking.
Sex. Get fucking.
Get fucking.
How long have we been talking?
Half
Hard
an
to tell
hour.
from here. Okay.
Yeah.
What else is there that's come up that I've thought, oh, let me keep that for like
What's in the weeb news?
Yeah.
What's been weebing?
News-wise, I don't think a lot's been going on
Ah,
that I know of.
okay. We could try and find something.
I could try and find something.
We come into all these episodes like with plans.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at ANN and see what they're saying.
And
Oh, this is an interesting thing. So, none of these here are actually
Okay.
going to pertain to what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But
just thought of it up right now.
I've just remembered it. So we're in the spring season of anime. Yeah, summer will be June. Spring has had a weird thing where a bunch of shows have had delays. Like they'll air 4 episodes and then they'll go on like a month break. And the reason given has been COVID. And then you find the animators' Twitter and they're like, we have no production staff. It's not COVID, we just don't have any staff.
Oh,
Jeez.
what's happening? Where are they going?
The chronic lack of animators compared to the workload that exists in the anime medium right now.
Okay.
There's a lot of outsourcing to Korea and
That makes a lot of sense.
Chinese studios,
Which is even like in Western animation, you get
Yeah.
like outsourcing because like I'm gonna bring up Simpsons again. That happens all the time, especially in the early seasons.
Didn't they have Madhouse do like a Simpsons episode not long ago, like the Death Note parody?
That would make I think so, yeah, because I've seen like the stills of that. I haven't actually watched that episode, but
Yeah.
yeah. But even like the early seasons, because I remember like the really bad pilot episode for like season 1 had like the animation was just all off, and they had to redo it.
Yeah.
Which is why that episode ended up as like the last episode of that season instead of what they wanted to do, which was the first one of that season.
But yeah, so that's the current thing facing the industry is kind of being ground to a halt by the fact that they just don't have, because they're not fucking paying anyone.
No,
So that's that problem we talked about
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah. Kind of reminiscent of the current writer's strike
Yes.
as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is something
Yeah.
we should talk about in anime, a nap, because
Yes.
I've been following that.
If you don't know when this recording is happening, now you know.
Yes,
Now you know.
One Piece is getting a live action adaptation for Netflix, and I can't think of any fucking worse.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Any opinions? I feel like I know.
That's just the worst fucking choice. You could not get any more of a cartoony series
Yeah,
than
'cause
One Piece.
I've seen clips of One Piece. I don't know how the fuck you do that in live action.
The main character is made of fucking rubber
yeah.
and stretches. Luffy, his main ability
He
is
took a bite of gum gum.
He took a bite of gum gum, became a rubber man. He can now stretch his body,
Jesus.
blow it up.
Anime.
And also the proportions of every female character are
I was gonna say
fucking
there's
weird.
a very prominent bikini girl here.
Oh, that's Nami. I'm trying to see if I can find like a better picture of all the main characters, but like as you can see,
She never wears a
big
top.
titties, little waist, badonkadonk.
We're sorry to any female viewer or listener of this, and to Melina.
Thank you.
I'm not seeing anything interesting in anime news. This is all very standard video game and service because Japan's obsessed with fucking mobile gacha games.
That makes that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because they love gacha over
They
there.
do love gacha. Every time a game comes out, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Ah, fuck, it's gacha. God damn it.
It's gonna get censored over here.
Not necessarily censored. I just don't like the idea of gacha. I don't like the idea of putting a lot of money into a game to pull
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
I played Genshin Impact when it first launched because it launched without any of the gacha elements, and then they slowly started adding it, and I went,
Fuck.
this
Fuck
ain't
off.
for me, chief.
And I was saying
Yeah.
censored because my mind was on like the early Pokemon games where like over like in Europe specifically
Yeah.
they just censored all the gambling altogether.
That makes sense. I mean, was it Platinum? Platinum was like the only one that had like the casino
Yeah.
in it, which would probably get cut now because the PEGI system now has a thing where if gambling is in it at all,
Automatic 18.
automatic 18, which would make half the Mario games.
Yeah, because I remember being a kid playing like the casino mini games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mario.
same.
I loved that
DS.
shit.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Like those are reasons I go back to those games. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Let me do this.
This is
Yeah.
why I constantly picture Luigi as a fucking like card dealer all the time.
Yeah.
Most people think he's a Ghostbuster. Nah, he's a fucking blackjack dealer.
I played that as a kid and I had no idea what I was doing. I
Same.
was just pressing.
Yeah, I was the
like,
same.
oh, I've lost? Why? Oh, he's 3. Okay. Okay. I
got
don't know what that
such
means.
a lucky streak one time. That, like I had so much money in the bank. I don't know how I did it. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
But you can't leave it. You play until your money's out.
Luigi wants me to bet this money.
Yeah, I remember you get a lot of money and then there's like some more cards. I'm like, no. That's my money.
Stop.
BTS have a thing
No.
that's on Crunchyroll. I don't know what it is because it's certainly not fucking anime. Bastions.
Out of your area of expertise.
I saw this come up. I saw that it was BTS, and I instantly stopped caring. It's
Fair.
it's 3D anime. It looks fucking awful.
It sure does.
Disgusting.
Here's this is the ANN article's first line. Here's a show for all the K-pop stands out there.
I just don't care for K-pop.
No, I don't either. Apparently, it just has BTS songs in it. I guess that's a marketing gimmick now.
Jesus, that's just sad.
Yeah.
I used to be into K-pop like heavily.
Really?
Yep.
Weirdly enough, I'm not surprised.
I
I
like
don't know why.
some. I like some K-pop groups.
I still listen to some every now and then.
Same. I listen to EXO and Super Junior.
I used to now. I'm just following some female bands because they're fun.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think any of the female ones were kind of hitting it big here at the time that I was exposed to
No,
it.
probably not.
Because it was one of my exes was.
heavily
Mm-hmm.
too far.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fun.
Yeah, you would go in and it would just be like a YouTube, like the YouTube station channel.
Oh,
Like
God.
the official kind of like label that
Yeah.
like stream like just live stream music videos constantly. Yeah. On
Oh,
all the time.
That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just enjoy like they're going, not even just BTS. A lot of other like K-pop groups are making good international marks now.
Yeah.
Like Blackpink has done Coachella twice.
Yeah.
Which Coachella doesn't matter much, but it is a status thing.
Yeah.
It means you're popular enough to pull a crowd,
Yeah.
and that's just impressive. They're the band I follow most, just because I was there when they started. So I'm like, oh fuck, now I have to stick around.
Now you're obligated.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing about like the male ones is that at some point they're gonna have to go on hiatus because of the Korean military service.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I think it's part of me thinks it's so funny. It's like BTS mega hits. They just gotta fuck off to the
Yeah,
army.
they gotta train.
Because you
Yeah.
got Blackpink absolutely fucking killing it.
Absolutely
and then,
killing it. Hell yeah.
I think EXO and Super Junior both had to go on hiatus
Yeah.
because like half the members had to go do their 5 years. And it's like, okay, I guess they're just stopping dead in their fucking tracks for a bit.
Yeah, because what can you do?
Yeah.
I hate to say, but why doesn't the government just say, nah, you're good? Because they bring in
Yeah.
so much money, these
Yeah,
K-pop
that's
groups.
it.
You think
It's-
they get an exemption? Yeah.
I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that North Korea is constantly
That's probably to do with
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
no
'cause
I mean-
offense, but BTS is not gonna save
no
them.
like if the invasion comes,
BTS is
BTS
not
ain't doing shit.
I mean, if it was just North Korea itself, maybe, but like they're gonna get China in there.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're fucked.
But even then, like, they're just gonna be standing there doing little dances, singing, like, oh, don't come any closer.
Kim's just like fire the missile. But countrywide they've just got
Yeah.
Like, I understand sticking, everyone has to do it. No
Yeah.
exceptions. I understand that. But from an economy perspective,
Yeah,
it's just
I
really
can
not
also
smart.
see it from the perspective of, like, let's not make an exception because then it's,
Unfair.
Yeah, why do they get away with it? Yeah,
Because they're famous.
Yeah, which causes that would cause a lot of social issues, I think.
makes sense. So.
I wonder if K-pop is as, and I know this is going to sound really strange, but like feverish in Korea as it is here. Like we
Internationally.
see it, internationally, like because there was a time when you just went on Twitter and it was fucking feral.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. I remember like in high school, like specifically, I didn't hate K-pop, but I specifically didn't want to get into it all
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
annoying people in my high school were obsessed with it.
Yep.
See, I had left high school by the time K-pop.
You were lucky.
I know.
God, being like 14 during that time was the fucking worst.
I was like 17, 18 when K-pop like caught on, so I dodged
Dodged
that
the
bullet.
bullet.
Yeah.
High school was a fun time.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do wonder if like it has the same
Popularity,
issues,
or-
popularity, kind of like
Probably it's different. From what I know, it's just because Western fans are different than Asian fans would be.
Yeah.
So it's a different, but they're still obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm sure some of the same problems.
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
I think it's that same thing that Japan has with idol culture, probably
Yeah.
exists in Korea as well.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe a tiny bit less extreme, but I wouldn't say much of a difference.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, in some areas, I think it probably is more extreme.
Which is-
I think like when it comes to extreme things, it's like I would like to think in Japan it's like a low percentage.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's probably the same for K-pop. It's just that those are the interesting stories, so it's more
We see it
those that we
more,
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even within idol culture, overworked once again.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Massively overworked, underpaid.
So are K-pop bands.
Underpaid.
It's almost
like crazy.
abusive.
Yeah.
It is because I've looked into the whole traineeship thing, and you go there, and you're like 14,
Yeah.
and you spend all day learning,
day.
singing, dancing Korean, because not everyone there's Korean.
No, because there's was it one of them's got a Canadian member. Is it BTS? I think one of them's
could be.
Korean.
Look, Blackpink. One's Australian, one's from Thailand,
Oh wow.
and one lived in the US for a while. So it's like one of them is fully like Korean, grew up there and everything, but the
yeah.
others no.
That's crazy because like when you think of Asian nations, like and this is gonna sound like a gross generalization, but like there's that purity of it, like
Yeah.
preserving
Yeah.
the
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, like the whole fair skin, all that.
Yeah,
issue.
like-
yeah.
Yeah, like they've got a whole problem with like beauty standards and stuff.
Yeah, and like preserving their own cultural
Yeah.
identity and
yeah,
stuff
they're
like
a lot
that.
more hard line on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, borders on xenophobia in some places. Japan's pretty bad
I
for
don't
it.
think it even borders in some places.
No.
Oh
It's
no,
just
no,
straight
like
up
Japan
is,
is
yeah.
straight up xenophobic
Yeah,
for when it comes to stuff like that. At least, like in
Again,
general.
not everywhere. Obviously,
No,
we
no,
don't
no.
want to overgeneralize, but like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's a problem.
God, not that we are perfect. I mean, look.
No.
No, believe me, the Western countries have their fucking problems as
Oh,
well.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
And
I mean,
obviously we know it, but like we know we're very familiar with that, so it feels weird for us to talk about that like a
Yeah.
lot because we do talk about it a lot.
Yeah, we do.
This is anime lane though.
That's one of the weird things. Like Japan is very kind of, I'd say, a bit more easygoing when it comes to sexuality.
Yeah, you're right.
Like when you think of it, you would think, oh, they would be quite homophobic or stuff
Yeah.
like that. And like there's probably
There's some
Yeah.
stigmas and some
Yeah.
areas, yeah, but,
but
like,
it's fairly easy going. It's fairly like a safe place for
Yeah.
the
this
Can
might
they-
be like
community.
complete misinformation I've heard, but I think like it's one of the only countries where like homosexuality has never been like outlawed.
No, I don't think it ever was. No.
Not even during like the sort of militaristic period.
Yeah.
Like, so, and that's, you'd think it would be at one point,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like, no, and that, you know, good.
That's good. That's good.
So, you know, credit where credit's due.
Credit where
Credit
credit's
where
due.
it's due,
Yeah.
100%,
Still
yeah.
not a lot of representation of it in their media.
No, they've
Give it
still got
time.
problems.
Yeah.
Still needs a little fixing there, but you know, take what you can get.
Be grateful for what we have now.
Yeah. You didn't go as bad as some other places.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the US.
that's not a complete vindication. It's just a, you know, cool.
You're trying.
Yes.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
You did a cool thing there. Please keep going. Yeah. I love the topics we talk about.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's great.
I'll try and come up with some more actual topics for the next one that we do of this, because this has been fucking wild.
It's been
I
fun.
know.
It has been.
Abby's not there, but he's still there in spirit.
She's
I
still
think.
behind
Yeah.
edition.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I think this picture sums the whole thing up. Can you post like that picture on Spotify in the description?
No, I can't.
Damn it.
I'll make
Damn
it the Twitter header.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. Thank you for
I think that
listening.
filled up a nice episode.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode of Anime Lane. This has been very different.
This has been something.
Yeah.
I love the episode where they talk about Japan's repressed sexuality, the beauty standards in Asia, and the socio-economic issues in that entire region.
Yeah.
And also-
Especially none of them being.
Yeah, and the former prime minister wanting people to have sex.
All right. I'm
Thank you
done
for
asking.
listening.
Have sex. Goodbye.
Bye.
Farewell.